Let's be real for a second. The internet we use every day, it's kind of broken. But what if I told you that a new version is being built right now, from the ground up, one where you're actually in the driver's seat, not the big tech companies? Well, that's the whole promise of Web3. And today, we're going to break down what it is, and more importantly, why you should care. You ever stop and wonder how all these amazing social media apps and services are free? Well, this quote right here, it nails it. If you're not paying for it, you're not the customer. You're the product being sold. Your data, your clicks, your creativity, that's the currency. And that's the core problem Web3 is setting out to fix. So why do we even need a reset? I mean, the internet works, right? Well, yeah, but the current version, what we call Web 2.0, has some really deep-seated issues. And we're not talking about minor bugs you can just patch. These problems are baked into the very architecture of the web as we know it. And it all really boils down to one simple word: centralization. You've got just a handful of massive companies that control our data, that get to decide what we see and say, and that store all our personal information in these giant digital vaults. These vaults, or centralized databases, are like giant honeypots for hackers. It's a huge systemic risk. Okay, so how do we possibly fix a problem that big? The answer is what's being called the next chapter of the internet, Web3. And look, this isn't just about some shiny new technology. It's a complete shift in philosophy. It's an idea that says you, the user, should own your data, your content, and your online identity. We're moving from a read-write internet to a read-write-own internet. And to really get where this is all going, it helps to see where we've been. It started with Web 1.0 back in the day. This was the read-only internet, basically a bunch of digital flyers you could look at. Then Web 2.0 came along, the read-write web. This was awesome. We could all create and share on social media. But here's the catch. We created the content, but the platforms owned it. Now we're stepping into Web 3, the read-write-own era, a time where you finally get to own what you create. And this chart just lays it all out, plain and simple. Web 2.0, it's owned by platforms, you have to trust corporations, and everything is controlled from the center. Web 3 flips that entire model on its head. It's owned by users, our trust shifts from companies to the certainty of mathematics and code, and it's all built on a decentralized network. It's not just an upgrade, it's a total paradigm shift. So, to put a simple definition on it, Web3 is the read-write-own internet. It's a new vision where we, the users, are back in charge of our own data, our identity, and all of our digital stuff. And it's all made possible by open technologies that anyone can see and verify instead of the closed black box systems we have now. All right, but how in the world does this actually work? It sounds great in theory, but what's the magic behind it? Well, the secret sauce, the core technology that makes Web3 possible, is called the blockchain. And it's what lets us shift our trust away from fallible companies and towards something much more reliable: math. So what is a blockchain? The easiest way to think about it is like a special kind of Google Doc. It's a document that's shared across thousands of computers all over the world. Everyone can see it, but here's the kicker. Once something is written in it, it can never, ever be changed or deleted. It's locked in forever by cryptography. And the reason it's so secure is right in the name: blockchain. Every new chunk of data, or block, is cryptographically chained to the one that came before it. So if someone tries to go back and secretly change an old block, that cryptographic link shatters. The whole chain breaks, and the entire network instantly knows something's wrong. It's what makes the whole thing virtually tamper-proof. So what does this look like in practice? Say you want to make a transaction. First, you sign off on it using your own unique digital key. Then, that request gets broadcast to the whole network. Computers on the network, or nodes, all check to make sure it's legit. Once they agree, it gets bundled up with other transactions into a new block. And finally, that new block gets permanently chained to the ledger. And that's it. It's now a permanent, verifiable record. Okay, so this blockchain tech is clearly powerful stuff, but what does it actually let us do? What does owning your digital life really look like? Let's dive into some of the really cool things that are being built on this new foundation. The one you've probably heard of most is cryptocurrency. The simplest way to think about it is as digital money. But here's the key difference. It's not controlled by any bank or government. It's a true peer-to-peer system. You can send value directly to anyone, anywhere in the world, without asking for permission from any middleman. Now, if crypto is like digital cash, You can think of NFTs as digital property deeds. They are completely unique tokens that act as a verifiable certificate of ownership for any digital thing, a piece of art, a song, a special item in a video game, you name it. For the first time, you can truly own a digital object and prove it's yours, and then you can trade it or sell it just like a physical object. And then you've got something really wild, DAOs. Okay, try to imagine a company that has no CEO, no board of directors, no boss. That's a DAO. It's a new way for people to organize online where all the rules are transparently coded and every single decision is voted on by the members. It's like a digital co-op where the community itself is in charge. Now, it's super important to remember that Web3 is just getting started. This isn't some finished, polished product. It's more like a bustling frontier town being built right now by a massive global community of dreamers and developers. And that's honestly what makes it so exciting. It's still being shaped. You know, this quote really gets to the very soul of the Web3 movement. It's a fundamental change in who or what we trust. We're moving from a world where we have to blindly trust the promises of corporations to a world where we can just trust the certainty of open and verifiable math, where the rules are the same for everyone. So what does all of this mean for you, personally? It means you are finally, truly in control. Think about it. If you get banned from your favorite social media platform today, you lose everything. Your content, your followers, your identity. In Web3, if that happens, you just take your data and go to another app. Your identity, your assets, your history, it all belongs to you, permanently stored on the blockchain. That is the ultimate power shift. The future of the internet isn't written in stone. It's being built as we speak, piece by piece, block by people all over the globe. So I'll just leave you with this one question. In this new open internet, what will you help build?